We're in holiday mood, lads, and let's go! Ha! Still holidays. I was working. I was working for a whole day today, but I did it. I did it. I finally succeeded, and now we'll see how is this gonna play out. So let's talk. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Let's see how everything plays out in the first place. Go 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 go! Haha. Yeah, many people going to be they are going to be saying that something needs to change in the world of MMA, but me, not me, not gonna be me today. Let's go. Yes, some Bellator bouts are set, and you've seen that Brady versus Pereira is also going to take place. That's also going to be one of the massive events of the year. I know the majority of you are on the break right now, but I will try to stream every day at least 1 hour. I will at least try to stream, but my sleep quality, my sleep quality is a bit rocky, and that's pretty much giving me a hard time as I'm trying very, very hard. I'm really trying as much as I can. I mean, believe me, I was working today all day, and I'm really, really trying extremely hard to get the job done. Also, Romero versus Nemkov is off from Bellator 290, but we got Tokov versus Eblen set. And the interesting fact is that Hamza Chimaev wants Alex Pereira. He wants Alex Pereira at stake, and that is unrealistic achievement, unrealistic expectation. I don't think that expectation is going to come to fruition. I really don't think that is going to come to fruition. I just think that's another stupidity, and I believe Hamza Chimaev is playing stupid mind games because he is fighting at 170, he is fighting at 185, but where is he fighting? What is his goal anyway? That's my question. What is his goal? What is really his goal? What is he planning to do? That's something I got no idea. I got no idea what is he planning to do. And I don't want to see Hamza Chimaev at 185 because if he storms that division, that's going to be a massive, massive problem. Like if he storms that division, it's going to be rocky. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be a demolition magician for other fighters, and that's not something I want to see in the first place. I don't want to see that. I don't share their greed, guys. I mean, I really don't share their greed. I do believe we might see something a bit different. But Hamza Chimaev at 185, no way, man. No way I want to see Hamza Chimaev riding at 185, annihilating the division and demolishing people all over the place. Why would I even want to see that guy? I just think Hamza Chimaev puzzle makes no sense here. Pretty much, I think Hamza Chimaev puzzle is unnecessary to crack at 185 because Dagestani fighters are taking over the sport. And what do we need from them? Do we need them to take over the sport? No, man. Let's just say no. Why would we let them take over the sport? And we got the brave Samaritan who trying to stop the Dagestani reign, and that's going to be Alexander Volkanovski. Yes, that is going to be Alexander Volkanovski, the brave guy who is trying to stop the Dagestani reign inside of the UFC. I just hope that reign is not going to come to fruition, really, because that reign would be too much, and I'm hoping I'm making a mistake for Islam Makhachev to win for that type of a prediction, but every single time I was right about Makhachev, so I'm scared I'm right this time. I'm really and honestly scared that I'm right this time. That this time of the year I might not be on point when it comes to that aspect of the game. But unfortunately, I think I'm not making a mistake, and that's something that kind of scares the shit out of me. Imagine if that's true. Imagine if that's true. Imagine if Khamzat Chimaev storms the 185. Imagine if Islam stays champion at 155. Imagine Khamzat's winning the title at 170. And that's not gonna be something I want to see. I definitely don't want to see that scenario coming up. I want to see something different in the division, and not all of those guys who are going to smash each other's faces, who are going to claim themselves for the best fighters of the year, etc., etc. No, it's just too much for me, man. It's really too much for me. I just don't want to see the Dagestani in the sport. Imagine like Tagir Lambekov at 125. No, that's too much, man. Then I'm gonna transition to watching female MMA only. But really, then I'm gonna transition to watching female MMA only, because females are actually my point of interest then. But yeah, to some point, man, come on. I just hope we are not going to have many more Dagestani champs. That would wreck my heart. And when I wanted Ankalaev to win, I had Ankalaev in the bet, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually happy because he is not the champ. It's gonna be Glover, or it's gonna be either Glover Teixeira, or it's going to be Jamal Hill. And belt divisions, belt changes. Belts are gonna change their owners. Belts are definitely gonna change their owners, and I wanna see many belts changing owners, but I wanna see the smallest number of Dagestani fighters winning the title. Now, when we have Yoel Romero not fighting at Bellator 290, I have one point of interest. What is gonna be the future of UFC? Like, we only have 2 events in January, and I'm feeling pretty much hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling pretty much hard. I'm feeling pretty much bored, man. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty much bored in this world. It's not an easy place to be. I know it's Tuesday, but I know this might be an early time for the majority of you, but at the end of the day, why not have fun? This is a New Year's special, and I'll try to grind it out. New Year, Christmas special. I will be posting videos randomly. But today I really didn't have much of a time. Been working all day, man. Yeah, literally been working all day. But nowadays I'm having 15 members on my channel, which I consider a success. Yes, I consider it. I consider it pretty much a success, as I'm having 15 channel members. I'm grateful to everybody. I'm grateful literally to everybody who paid the membership, and anybody who's a member of my channel. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and this voyage. I'm really trying as hard as I can. Even during the holidays, I'm trying to stay positive. And during the holidays, I was working for 2 days, been working like a dog, man. Just writing something. And also, tomorrow I'm gonna do some recordings for TikTok. Think I'm gonna record some normal leg sweeps. I'm gonna record Mark Diakis's leg sweep. I have some ideas. But I need more space, and I have to wait for a normal day so I can do some calisthenics. That calisthenics. I really need. I really need more space for calisthenics, for spinning, for striking. There are moves that I wanna apply, and there are moves. There are moves that I wanna show. In the first place, there are many moves I would like to show, and I'm definitively going to show the majority of them to my diehard fans. We are definitely going to see how nice this is going to be. Also, man, I'm so happy because I'm having all this support. Your support means a lot to me. It really means a lot. Imagine like somebody having the worst time of his life and fans stay to support him. How how amazing can this be? This could be a really really amazing piece of play by all of my diehard fans. And hope all is well, Cowboy. Recently hung up the bag I was talking about a week or ago. There is also a slight space issue here. What happened, Real News MMA? No, really, what happened? I've heard there is a huge winter storm in Canada. Did it happen in your state, or I just heard it on the news? It's New Jersey. It's somewhere in Canada, but I'm unsure which states are under ice at the moment. How's the situation anyway there where you live? No, people are sometimes telling me, Vlad, why you ask those type of questions? Well, I'm worried about my fans. That's kind of normal, I guess. I think it's normal to be worried about fans, right? In my town, we had a green Christmas, but the snow will come here within weeks for a few months. Uh, so you were having green Christmas. Yeah, I just heard that there was a huge snowstorm. So this time your town was spared of the storm. But yeah, in Canada there is a lot of snow. In Serbia, we haven't had a snow yet this year. Usually we do have it usually, but this is gonna be, as much as I can anticipate, this is gonna be no snow winter. We ain't gonna have much of a snow. Sometimes we have a lot of snow, but in the last 4 or 5 years we didn't have much of a snow, unfortunately. East Coast is bad in US. Hello, Cyrus. What happened at East Coast? I heard the news that there is a lot of snow. Also Ontario, I heard the New Jersey and those states. But that's only what they told me. What they told me in the news. They also said Philadelphia, Buffalo. Buffalo always gets shit ton of snow. I've seen some news. I've seen some pictures from Buffalo. So a lot of snow. Yeah, East Coast is fucked up, I assume. They told me there was so much snow. Someone froze to death in their car. Ouch. That's painful. It's pretty much painful. I've seen something, but we've only seen that in the news. I don't know because I don't live there, but it has to be hard, man. Like that East Coast is always risky because of freezing and hello Otis. I finished the Rubik's Cube. You finished Rubik's Cube. That's awesome. Way to go, man. Way to go. Congrats, my mod. I live in Ontario. It's pretty cold, but weather is not that bad. So you say weather is pretty much fine at the moment in Ontario. Congrats on finishing Rubik's Cube, Otis. I was never able to finish the Rubik's Cube. I give up pretty much easily because that's killing my brain cells. That's very, very hard to crack. So in Ontario, it's pretty much fair situation. Pretty cold, but weather is like acceptable. I was working today whole day, literally. So literally I was working whole day. But it's fine. Just normal snowstorms. Got lots of snow on Christmas Eve. So you were having a snowy Christmas. You were covered in snow, I assume. But okay, normal snowstorms, that's okay. I just hope it was not a cataclysm like it happened in Buffalo. So you were having a snowy Christmas, a snowy holiday. That's nice. I live in a small town, not in Ontario. Not in Ontario. In Ontario, I know about which cities I know. I know London, Ontario. Which else? What else is in Ontario? Is Toronto in Ontario? I think Toronto is in Ontario. Toronto and London. I only know these two cities in Ontario. Probably I know more of them, but I can't remember. Ottawa. Ottawa, Ottawa. They used to have a good hockey team earlier. Ottawa is our capital. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. That's awesome, man. So in your state, it's pretty much snowy winter, covered in snow, normal snowstorms, but not a cataclysm like in Buffalo. Have you seen like there's no? Do you live in Sofia? No, I live in Serbia. I live in Belgrade, Serbia. But I have relatives in Bulgaria. I visit Bulgaria from time to time. Unfortunately, I don't spend much time there, and I grew up in Serbia. Serbia is a state next to Bulgaria. I was born in Bulgaria, but my parents moved out when I was very young. When I was a baby, they moved out of Bulgaria. They moved to former Yugoslavia, and then there was then they stayed to live in Serbia, which is a part of former Yugoslavia, and that's where I grew up. Where I grew up, but I'm visiting Bulgaria from time to time. I plan to travel in summer. No, USSR, Serbia. That's a state next to Bulgaria. We have a mutual border. No, I didn't grow. I didn't grow in USSR. They were independent. Back there, Serbia was a part of Yugoslavia. In early, when I was born, Serbia was a part of Yugoslavia. But Serbia is independent since the year. Serbia is independent since 2006, I think. Yeah, Serbia is independent since 2006 because in 1991, Yugoslavia split, I believe, in more states, and Serbia and Montenegro were a state, and then Serbia and Montenegro they split in 2006. Yeah, Balkan politics is complicated, very complicated. Yeah, Balkan Peninsula. That's it. Serbia is independent since 2006. Balkan politics is fucked up, man. I'm gonna tell you that Balkan politics is very, very much fucked up. And Bulgaria has been independent for like even before World War II. They were independent. They were independent. I'm gonna tell you after World War One. After World War One, Bulgaria got its independence from Ottoman Empire or from Turkey, from Ottoman Empire. They set themselves free from Ottoman Empire after World War One, and since 1918, I think. Hold on. I'm gonna check it out. Serbia always had a solid football team. That's all I know about them. Yeah, we have a nice football team. We participated at the World Championships, but we were stopped in a group because we had Cameroon, Brazil, and Switzerland in group. Hold on. Bulgaria is independent for for a bit more than 100 years. Since 1918, Bulgaria is an independent state. Yeah, Balkan politics is very complicated. You are right. Balkan politics is extremely complicated. Are you guys Orthodox? Well, the majority of people in my state are Orthodox. Not saying that all of them are, but majority of them, yes. Majority of them, yes. My parents are like... my dad is atheist, I think. My mom is Orthodox. Not many Southpaws. Not many. Yeah, he was asking about the religion, probably. You are Southpaw. I'm also natural Southpaw. I'm also natural. But when, that was a problem back in the communist bloc. If you were writing with your left hand, that was a problem. And my parents didn't let me write with my left hand. But, there is something you can't change. I'm lefty, I'm natural Orthodox. That's something you can't change. My normal stance is this. My normal stance is left hand behind. I'm natural Southpaw. My mom is also Southpaw, but she used to live in a communist bloc, so they didn't let her write with her left hand also. So, very complicated situation. There was no liberality. No, there were just a strict rule set, and that growing up was brutal. Like, being a lefty, that was very hard in my state because everybody was pointing at you. Things took a serious turn. Thanks God, liberality all the way now. It's a Christian thing. I think my grandpa is Italian. They made him write with his right, or he was beat by the nuns. Yeah. Me too. I started writing with the left, and they teacher instantly. No, right. You must write with your right hand. No. But I'm naturally lefty. You've seen when I train. You've seen that I'm a natural lefty. You've seen the way I hit, the way I strike. It's visible of the airplane that I'm lefty. We are the best strikers. Oh, absolutely. And we are the best counter boys. Best angles like Usyk. Absolutely, man. The best counter strikers are lefties. Southpaws, natural Southpaws are the best counter strikers. But in my state, being a Southpaw was a problem. It was a very, very big problem. People didn't like Southpaws when I was younger. But nowadays, that's not a problem. Now it's liberality all the way. But I'm just saying how it used to be. My favorite striker, Anderson Silva and GSP. The two of them. It's very hard to decide who is the favorite because I love both of them. But favorite Southpaw striker, Silva. Definitely Anderson Silva if you're asking about favorite Southpaw, but Canadian goal. GSP is from righties, but GSP used to use both stances equally. As much as I can remember, he was a master of both stances. That guy was a beast, man. And he used to be a great wrestler. Today I was writing a topic. I was writing something about karate in the UFC. He had a good Superman punch. Yeah, GSP's Superman punch. That guy was pretty much ahead of his time, was pretty much ahead of his era. I was really shocked with how good that guy actually was. He was actually too good. He was just miles ahead of his time. Miles ahead of his time. Imagine all those strikes, all those wrestling techniques. Imagine counter wrestling, interceptive takedowns. GSP created that aspect of the game. I think Mike Winklejohn and Greg Jackson did, but imagine how advanced this fighter was. GSP. One of my favorite fighters, absolutely. Firas is great coach. Yes, he is. Is Firas still holding trainings, or what's he doing at the moment right now? He's still having his own gym, right? I was talking to one guy from Croatia. Hey, little goat, how are you doing? I was talking to one guy from Croatia. He used to train at Fira Zahabi, Luka Milidragovic. He told me when he trained at Fira Zahabi that Fira Zahabi is a mastermind of this sport. That's what he told me. Like, he says Firas knows everything. The guy is obsessed with MMA. Says, like, when you're training with Firas, it's like you're training with 10 coaches at the same time. Literally, like you're training with 10 coaches at the same time. He says Firas is extremely intelligent and extremely dedicated to every single aspect of the game. He is also Arnold Allen's coach. Of course, I can't wait for the next UFC card. I mean, it's a bit boring now, but I'm hanging around with the boys. I'm trying to stream every single day at least 1 hour. So I was writing today whole day. Literally, I was writing whole day. I was writing something about karate in the UFC, also something about taekwondo stances. But I'm very tired, but I can stream for 1 hour. I said to myself I must stream at least 1 hour, so that is going to happen. That has to happen. Yes, I can't wait for the next event. You're right about that one. Is there any Bellator or PFL before the next UFC card? There is Bellator versus Rising Cross promo. It happens on New Year's Day. There is Fury Pro Grappling. It happens. Have you looked into the next card yet? No, not yet. I didn't bet. I'm going to bet. You know that I place my bets 5 days. Before the UFC. I do it every Tuesday. You know that I place my bets every Tuesday, but there is no UFC, so I'm not betting now. I do have some. I did fight breakdowns. I did fight predictions for other promotions. Any potential good bets for the next UFC event you think, bro? Okay, I will take a look right now if they release the odds. Okay, give me a second to see whether they release the odds or not. I know who is fighting, but that's not the problem. I just want to see about. They didn't release the odds. Fuck it, man. Only good odd now. Even Shavkat Rakhmonov is a shitty odd, man. And Gastelum Imavov, there is no way I'm going to bet on that fight. No way I'm betting on that fight. That fight is extremely risky. Rakhmonov to win so far. I'm gonna take a look now. Let me see. I'm checking who's fighting. I think Kopilov is going to defeat Soriano, but I'm not gonna bet on that one. Ige Jackson, hard fight to back. Jimmy Flick, Charles Johnson. After the disappointing performance of Charles Johnson against Zhalga Zhumagulov, I will think of whether I should bet that fight. Caitlin Vieira, Raquel Pennington. Oh, let's go. Fight goes the distance, man. Love to see that. Alana Cimento, Carlos Hernandez, tough to call. Daniel Argueta versus Isaac Bulgarian. Super tough fight to call. Omar Morales versus Mateusz Rebecki. Umar Nurmagomedov, Khaoni Barcelos. I think Umar wins. Mateusz Mendonca, Javid Bashkarat. Oh man, no distance for sure. Priscilla Cachoeira versus Sierra Jubanks. I'm gonna say fight starts round 3, but gonna lean Cachoeira to win. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, Claudio Ribeiro. I think Claudio Ribeiro gets the job done. Who do you think is gonna win in the Hill versus Teixeira fight? The fight will not go the distance, is my official prediction. If I must pick a side, gonna go Teixeira. I wanna see another run of Teixeira, and that's it. What do you think of the Nemkov and Romero? That fight is as much as I know. So far, Romero versus Nemkov is off. It is off Bellator 290. I think Nemkov wins easily because Romero is old too. Well, we will never find out. I would also say Nemkov to win, but we will never find out. As much as I know, that fight is off from Bellator 290. Never mind the second question, bro. What was the second question? What do you think of the matchup? Is Razak still in UFC? Yes, Abdul Razak Al Hassan is still in the UFC. Yes, he is still in the UFC. It will be rescheduled. Abdul Razak Al Hassan is fighting Claudio Ribeiro. Claudio Ribeiro is dangerous. That guy is dangerous, man. I think this is not a good fight for Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I actually think it's a very bad fight for Abdul Razak Al Hassan, if you ask me. What did you eat, bro? Oh, I was having a fruit shake today. If you know, a fruit shake, all kinds of fruit. Smoothie. You call it smoothie. English name for that is smoothie. I was eating that. I was eating potatoes, and I was eating lean meat. He's lost like 4 of his last 5. Interesting. Yeah, smoothie. You made yourself. Yeah, I made it myself. But what did I put in a smoothie? I will try to type. Hold on. But maybe I'm not the best with fruits, with fruit names. Lime, apple, cakes. I don't know every single fruit in English. That's a problem. Lime, apple. What did I put? Milk. Oof. I had it in a freezer, I have something in the freezer. Apricot, peach. I think that's it. But I'm unsure. I don't know to say every single fruit in English, but I think that's what I put. Yeah, smoothie. Then Ige versus Jackson should be good. Ige is another guy on the card who's lost 4 of his last 5. Absolutely, man, but don't underestimate him. I have the best blender in the world. Yes, I do have a blender. Vitamix. You have Vitamix. I have... I don't know which is the model. I need to check it out. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna check it out. Wait. Ništa, samo nešto da vidim. Pitam za ovaj mikser koji je model. Za ovaj mikser koji je model. No. Ovo je za smoothie. Philips, a? Da. Yes, you are. Philips is the model of the blender. I've just seen. I also got that blender like 5-6 years ago, and it still works. Yeah, believe it or not, it still works. 5-6 years and it's still working. Amazing thing to do, man. Can you believe it's still working? Nice. It's awesome. Yeah, it's actually awesome. It's still working. But when I'm at my parents, I have Philips at my parents, but at my home, right now I'm at my parents, but at my home, which is the blender's name? When I come to my home, I will also tell you which is the blender model. It's some very unique model. But this at my parents is Philips. This is like amazing. But I have some very unique model. It's I used to use a hand held blender. They are garbage. Yes, they are total garbage. You are right. What is the model? Hold on. Actually, I know a model. It's LG. I don't know whether you have LG or not. It's LG, the model of the blender at my home, and this one here is Philips. This one here at my parents' home. We do have blenders. My dad also likes blending. He also likes that. And my dad and I share. We are pretty much different, but we share one passion. Both like to blend. We like smoothies. We are huge fans of smoothies. Both my dad and I. My dad is literally like a kid when it comes to smoothies. Does your dad like MMA? My dad likes only boxing. For my dad, MMA is. I'm gonna quote my dad. MMA is the fight of gladiators. No, he doesn't like it. He's just saying, Vlad, can you just stop watching the fights of gladiators? That's what he's saying. And I'm like, come on, man. He's just saying, no, that's not a sport. These are fights of gladiators for him. This is like two gladiators piecing each other up. That's how my dad sees MMA. He is just a huge fan of boxing. But he can't even stand watching MMA. He knows that I'm training MMA, of course. I mean, he isn't telling anything, but he is not thrilled. I'm 34 years old and my dad is still like, Vlad, do you really have to air MMA events? Do you really have to train MMA? Do you have to do this? I'm like, that's my passion, man. My dad is all about boxing. And soccer, of course, boxing and soccer. His sport number one is soccer, his sport number two is boxing, and his sport number three is basketball. I'm too much of a coward. I wouldn't want anyone to hold me down on the ground and beat my ass. I got used to it, man. Believe me, you get used to it. It's like you get up and get a coffee, you know. It's normal. I would do boxing for sure. I think boxing is more dangerous than MMA. Wrestling is fun. Yes, fun and very hard. Wrestling is fun and very, very, very hard. Boxing is easy for southpaws. That's true. Just don't get slammed. I got slammed few times. It's pretty much hard, man. It's not how to say. It's not comfortable when somebody slams you. But you get used to it, you know. It becomes everyday routine. It becomes normal. Yeah, boxing is easy for southpaws. That's true, but my dad is a die-hard fan of boxing. But when it comes to MMA, he is just saying, Vlad, can you please stop watching gladiator fights? I'm like, these are not gladiators. That's a sport, man. He's like, no, 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 no. These are gladiators. This is not a sport. And my dad and I will never get along. We'll never, ever get along about that. Because for him, MMA will never be a sport. And for him, boxing is like a regulated rule set, no leg kicks, only punches to the head and body. For him, boxing is a fight of knights, and MMA is a fight of gladiators. That's how my dad sees those two. Same with my dad; he thinks it's barbaric. So you and I have same types of that. Now that is the funniest part of the deal. He thinks it came and shit. Same. Same. He thinks it's Roman Empire shit. Whenever I'm the first time when my dad saw me watching MMA, you know what he said? He said, Vlad, can you stop watching Roman Empire? I remember that. I was a small kid, but I remember that sentence very well. Vlad, can you please stop watching Roman Empire? I'm like, what Roman Empire? I was like, what Roman Empire? What was that? He's saying, Vlad, people were fighting in Roman Empire like that. I'm like, what the heck is Roman Empire, man? You know, I was a small kid. I didn't know what is Roman Empire. That's what he said. I said, this is a sport. I'm like, but I'm watching the sport, man. What is the problem? You know, a small kid. He's saying, no, 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 no. Stop watching Roman Empire. That is not going to affect. That is not going to affect you well. So your dad thinks it's barbaric. Well, my dad believes it's the era of Roman Empire. So too barbaric. He doesn't even like boxing. He doesn't? Well, my dad likes boxing. My dad actually likes boxing a lot. You know, whenever there is a boxing event, my dad is watching. He's like a small kid for boxing, literally. Too much violence. Too much violence in boxing. That's your dad. My dad not. For my dad, boxing is not violent at all. I'm like, man, how can you say boxing is not violent and you call MMA the most violent thing in the world? He's saying like elbows to the ground, elbows on the ground, hitting the ground with opponents, slams, fans game. I'm like, okay, man, but in boxing, 90% of strikes are to the head, right? He says yes. And I say, okay, man, but sometimes MMA is less barbaric than boxing. And he's like, no, 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 no way. MMA is barbaric. MMA is Roman Empire. I've seen two people die live on TV in the boxing ring. I've seen that too. I've seen that too, man. You eat repeated blows to the head. I mean, boxing is not healthy at all. I mean, MMA is not healthy either. I'm not defending MMA. Don't get me wrong. MMA, I'm not defending MMA either. But Max Dadashev and the Black Young American Guy. I remember both Max Dadashev and Black Young American Guy. Well, one of the fans of the year is scooping to the chat. Hello, Kev. Are you preparing for your next upcoming fight, man? One of the fans of the year is lurking behind the corner. The fan of the year. The greatest of all time, Kevin Holland. Yeah, the fan of the year. Every single time I go live, Kevin and Niall are here. Just, I don't know how, but every single time they are here. When it's normal chat, when it's not, sometimes I do members chat because I'm doing some very short predictions, but when I don't do channel memberships streams, then Kev is always here. So Kev and Niall are fans of the year for a good reason. Holland is true warrior. In his last fight, had an easy sub on the ground and stood up to fight Wonderboy. I don't know why he chose to stand and bang versus Wonderboy. Thank you for the award. Let's go, man. But there is one thing I don't know. Why did he choose to stand and trade instead of just dragging the combat to the ground? I mean, let's be honest, Kevin Holland is way better on the ground than Steven Thompson. And I don't want to criticize the guy. He said before the fight that he plans to trade big bombs with his opponent. Good for the fans, but bad for his pockets. I mean, okay, you promised, you fulfilled the promise. That's awesome. But you could have submitted the guy. I mean, Wonderboy is a heck of a striker. I'm not downgrading his striking, but you could have just win the fight via submission. That could have been an easy victory for him. But he chose a different route, I assume. He chose a hard route. It was a pretty much of a different round. He took a U-turn. Kevin Holland took a U-turn. I don't know why, man. It could have been just an easy victory, easy fight for him. He knows they won't cut him, though. Are you sure they are not going to cut him? I hope they are not going to, man, but I'll be honest with you, I'm worried. So I think he just said, fuck it. I don't know what to think, man. I just hope they're not going to cut that guy. That guy is awesome. It would be... I don't want to see that guy getting cut because I'm actually a big fan of Kevin Holland for one reason. And that reason is you chose to stand and bang, man, with Wonderboy. He retired and they begged him to come back within a couple months. Let's hope they would beg him again. I would actually like to hear some more begging, because that guy really belongs to the UFC. And in the era of COVID in 2020, do you know that he was having an amazing score? He scored, I believe, he won 5 fights, or he fought 5 times in 2020, which was the year of COVID. It was a wonderful piece of play for Kevin Holland. I really much enjoyed that. Yeah, on a roll until he hit the wrestlers at middleweight. Yeah, until he hit that cheater Hamzat. I can't stand that guy, that cheater Hamzat. Kevin Holland is shaking hands and Hamzat shoots in. That's a cheater, man. That guy is... I just want to see somebody smashing that guy. Unfortunately, Kevin was unable to. I hope somebody is gonna smash that guy. I just don't wanna watch that guy. So much annoyed by him. Me too, red lip guy. Yeah, I can't stand those guys. No. Literally can't stand them. They're like so narrow-minded. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. Well, I don't think he can, man. I think it has been enough. As long as he wins, he is good for the promotion, but I hope one day he is going to stop winning. And when he stops winning, I hope they're going to catapult him out of the promotion. With the weight bullshit. Yeah, man, 178. Why Kevin Holland accepted to fight that chump? Why did he accept that fight in the first place? I would have never accepted that fight with that type of a guy, with that type of a cheater. I would have never fought that type of a cheater. 178. I mean, 171, 172, 173. 178. $178. Do you think he beats Pereira? Unfortunately, yes. He is a nightmare matchup for Pereira. Unfortunately, I think he is going to defeat Pereira. I just want to see Pereira smashing that guy, but that's not gonna happen. That's a problem, that's not gonna happen. Let's be honest, Adesanya dragged Pereira to the ground. And you know that Adesanya is not a good wrestler. Adesanya is a great striker, but not a great wrestler. Imagine a nice Pereira knee to the dome, though. Oh, I would be very happy to see that knee, man. I would be very, very happy to see that knee. Imagine that knee coming. Oh, let's go, baby. I want to see that knee so badly. Imagine Andreas Michailidis knee. Do you know Alex Pereira versus Andreas Michailidis knee? You know what am I talking about, do you? I assume you do. That was the greatest knee I've ever seen. That's what I mean. Yeah, Andreas Michailidis knee. Wow, that was a great switch knee on the end of Alex Pereira. It really was a great switch knee. It was pretty much violent, man. Pretty much violent piece of play. He is my favorite UFC guy because I'm a huge Easy hater. I understand why, man. I used to be Easy's fan until he started taking part in extremely boring fights. And I also thought Pereira was gonna beat Adesanya. But let's be honest, Easy won 4 rounds. The only option for Pereira was a brutal knockout. That was the only option for Pereira. And thanks God he did it. Yeah, he did it. It's the anime and the painted nails for me. Chris Lieben was also painting nails, right? Admit this guy acts like he is 12. Was Chris Lieben painting nails? I only painted nails once because as how you say, as a sign of respect. I did it, but I generally don't do it. I only did it as a sign of respect. Barbarenya also, but he's look cool. Yes, yes, I know Barbarenya is painting nails, but Barbarenya is a farmer, right? I think Baran Barbarenya, I think he's a farmer also. Alongside UFC, I think he's also a farmer. And I think he's enjoying his life. Barbarenya always paints them US colors. Ah, that's awesome. That's outstanding. But it's a lot of work. Oh, imagine like nails painting Bulgarian colors. White, green, red. White, green, red. It would be fun. Yes, bro, to distract the enemy. True, true. Like you're saying, Barbarena is painting US colors. I could paint Bulgarian colors. Gotta dip out. Yeah, I'm also gonna go in 2 minutes. I'm going to stream 2 minutes more, then I'm also going to go. I was working whole day. I'm literally very, very tired today. Feeling very exhausted too. But tomorrow I won't be working much. I'm going to train MMA tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, Friday also. What time is it in Serbia? How much is in Canada? You said Ontario 325, right? Ontario is 325, right? Yeah, I also got to hit the hay. I was sleeping pretty much badly in the recent days. 3:25 afternoon. Ah, I was right. 4:55 p.m. here in Newfoundland. You're in Newfoundland? Ah, yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told me. 1 more minute, guys. Then I'll hit the hay too. Man, literally whole day. You know what I was doing whole day? PC. Typing, 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 typing. Yeah, I was just typing. That's what I was doing. Just typing. Hey, Mido, how are you doing? Showing up at the end of my stream. Thanks a lot for showing up. Streaming for a while already. Okay, maybe I can stay 5 more minutes because of you. Okay, I'll stay 5 more minutes because of you. You're one of my best fans. I'll stay 5 more minutes. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I was working today whole day, so I'm feeling pretty much tired, I'll be honest, but It's okay. Okay. Fine for me. I'm gonna stay 5 more minutes so I can chat with you. I will try to stream every day at least 1 hour. Yeah, I will stay 5 more minutes. I'm actually very tired, as today, literally whole day at PC, I was writing something about karate in the UFC, and I was writing something about stances in Taekwondo, and all those stances are hard. Hard. Was a hard topic though. For me, at least in the first place, was a hard topic to beat. Sounds like hard work. I'm feeling pretty good today. Got training soon. Thanks for asking. You got training? That's excellent. That is excellent, man. So glad you're having a training. Really much glad that you're having a training, man. That's outstanding. I'm glad you're working. Pretty much glad you're working. Pretty much glad you're training out. How are your fantasy stories going? You mentioned something about sci-fi stories. I have training every day a week except one day, which is a break to rest. That is excellent, man. That is really excellent. I usually train 3 or 4 times because I'm 34 and I'm only learning to wrestle. I do striking, but not that much. I'm learning to wrestle. That is my primary intention. Training for myself. Really much training for myself. I need to learn to wrestle, and when I learn to wrestle, we'll see. They're going fine, but I don't have time to write that much anymore. I actually wrote one book when I was younger, but they rejected it. Tried many things in life, and it didn't go well. They actually rejected that book. I actually wrote one of the books, but they rejected it. I don't know why they didn't accept it. For some reason, they rejected the book. Yeah, it was in my native language something, but okay. I mean, that's the part. That's the part of life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Sorry to hear people don't like supporting each other. Nah, they don't. Think 4 times a week is very good. Overtraining is something serious. Well, I don't know how much of a training my body can stand. That's a problem. Maybe my body wouldn't be able to stand to handle all kinds of training sessions. If you have too many training sessions, maybe that would be too harsh for your body. Over here, people love to screw over each other. Same in Serbia, believe me. Nothing better. In Serbia, it's the same. Like, oh, look at me! Look at me! I crossed that guy. I double crossed that guy. I'm a hero. I won. I won. Yeah, dude. I think most fighters lose their prime at the gym. That's true. Yeah, I won. I won. Oh, I double crossed that guy. I'm the champ. I won. I won. Yeah, so people believe it's a victory. It's a victory when they double cross somebody, right? I'm planning to fight more and spar less, like fighting every 2-3 months, spar hard once a month. That's okay. If you plan to visit some fights, that's okay. So they believe they are on point when they double cross somebody. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Idiots. Well, they are idiots. Idiots behave like that. These are not normal people. They behave like filthy animals. They are like, I'm Habib now. Oh. I would never say that you are from Jordan, man. You're extremely realistic when it comes to MMA. No, that's a problem. You're extremely realistic, and that's I won 29 and all. You're just extremely realistic. I mean, when it comes to MMA, you are very, very, very realistic. You would have been a good analyst, though. It is a problem when you are realistic amongst delusional people. I know, man. Oh, don't even mention that, man. I know how hard it can be. I know, man, believe me. When you're surrounded by delusional people, that's the worst thing to do. Being surrounded by by delusional people. That's hard. Very, very much hard. Woohoo! Yeah, I can be an analyst of time. Well, you can be the best Jordanian MMA personality. I can bet on that. Imagine yourself being the best Jordanian MMA personality. Like a part-time analysis when I'm not fighting. Yeah, why not? Imagine me like only 2 years ago. I'm gonna tell you something. Only 2 years ago, nobody knew about my name. Nobody knew nothing about my name. 2 years ago. And now, people chose me for the best Bulgarian MMA personality, the most influential, over Blagoy Ivanov, over Kalian Kolev, over Nikola Zlatev, and over Marian Dimitrov. All professional fighters. Only 2 years ago, nobody knew nothing about me. Soon, brother, I don't need to imagine too much. That's awesome. That's how I was thinking 2 years ago. I was like, if somebody told me that people are going to choose me for the best, for the most influential Bulgarian MMA personality, I would say you are high. Literally 2 years ago, if you told me, Vlad, you are going to be the best Bulgarian MMA personality, I would say, fine, you are high. Life to be like that. I know. But imagine that. I'm getting that kind of a reward. I was shocked, man. When I posted that to the story, I was like, okay, maybe it's going to be a tie break versus Blagoy Ivanov. Maybe it's going to be a close fight. That's how I was imagining it. And then out of nowhere, I won. I literally blew the competition away in that post. I was like, what the heck? Was it some kind of a joke? But no, it wasn't a joke. No, it wasn't a joke. It was not a joke. It was not a dream. It was very realistic. Bulgarian Habib, complete domination. Yeah, complete domination. You've seen the video. Blagoy Ivanov was having 22%, I think, and I was having 73. I mean, let's be honest, Blagoy Ivanov is a UFC name. I am not a UFC name. Yeah, I'm not a UFC name, man. Three years from now, I will be the best Arabic MMA face ever. That could be nice, man. That could be awesome, really. That could really be awesome. Mark my words. Okay, let's go, man. That would be awesome. And 2 years ago, when my sponsor told me you are going to be the most influential Bulgarian MMA personality, I told him, listen, man, I think you are unrealistic. That's what I told to my sponsor. I told him, listen, I think you are not realistic. And he told me, are you ready to bet? Are you ready to bet against my words or against your words? And I said, no, I'm not ready to bet. He said, fine. 2 years from now, we'll see. And he was right. He was totally right. Blew the competition away. Damn, hell, he won the bet that didn't happen. Yes, he won. We were talking. First interview of mine will be by Bulgarian Cowboy. Okay, that's okay. If you want that, just message me on Instagram. That's not a problem. For you, I always have time. If I can't have a time at the present day, we can arrange something in 4 or 5 days a week. But for you, I always have time. That's not a problem. Yeah, that's awesome. When he told me that, yeah, it's true. He won the bet that didn't happen. Let's go. Let's go, man. That's gonna be awesome. I will try to be the celebrity. I will try to create more. I don't know. In the future, I will continue creating. You know how I am. Whenever I have time, I will continue creating. Never stop. Of course, I won't, man. There is only one way to stop. Death. Only death or prison. There are actually two ways. One is death, second is prison. I will try to help your channel once I get enough popularity. That's excellent, man. Thank you so much. I mean, every market is outstanding. Let's be honest, every market is outstanding if people are realistic. And you are pretty much one of the most realistic guys I've ever seen. Cowboy never gets into prison, so that is the only way. Yeah, that is the only way. Yeah, I've never been in prison. No, I have never been in prison. That is the only way, yes. I think Pereira will win, but Brady will get help from Sabatini, who beat Tristan Connolly, who beat Pereira. Man, I would love to see Pereira winning. You don't even know how much I would love to see Pereira winning, but that red Hamzat is probably gonna drag him to the canvas. That's gonna be a massive problem, which is gonna irritate me that much, but... Yeah, I hope you are right, man. I want Pereira to win so badly if that ever comes to fruition. Thank you too. Let's hope Brady wins so that Belal's win over him looks more legit. Brady versus Pereira. That's gonna be a banger, man. That fight will be very, very, very hard to call. To me, it's a really 50-50 fight, if you ask me. To me, that's a really 50-50 fight. I do believe it's a 50-50 fight. But for me, I mean, maybe it's not. Got no idea on it. Maybe it is. Never know, right? Alright, guys, I will have to go right now. I need to hit the hay. I need to get some sleep. I was very, very tired. I'm very busy. Used to be very, very, very busy. So I need to hit the hay. I need to get some sleep. But tomorrow I'm probably gonna air a bit later because I'm having my MMA session. So when I get back, idiots already are saying that Belal is fighting tomato cans, counting Brady to be a tomato can. And who is he? Night. Yeah, night to you too. He is not a tomato can. He is a heavy-handed guy. Good night to everyone and catch you later, lads.